Welcome back, Space Captains. We are here at day 3 of the prelims, aka Loser's Day. I'm Zastro, here with Lazarus Telraven. For this next match we have, and I'm sorry, I am an American, Bruderschaft der Pilger, and they're going up against Lone Star Partners. Going into this match, Bruderschaft has 4 points from last week, and Lone Star has 6 points, and both teams have bought 50-point setups, and there's no handicaps here. Looks like they have mirrored setups for this match. What do you think of that, Laz?
Like last match, the dual Sleipnir 3 Merlin Scimitar team is the most popular setup we've seen so far in the tournament. BDP, I'm just going to condense their names so I don't make a fool of myself. BDP brought the same setup last weekend, except for they came up against a dual Vindicator setup and just get torn apart in those Sleipnirs by the Vindicator's webs and blasters. So, like you said, the mirror match setup, and it's really going to be about who can get those logistics down and get some of the EWAR off the field.
This is like the stock ship setup. I feel like this is the NASCAR of the Alliance tournament going on here. Both teams started about 20 km off the beacon. The match has started, and we have the Sleipnirs charging each other, and all the support ships kind of pulling back away from the middle.
Yeah, for the BDP side, it looks like you have a few of the Sleipnirs actually kiting away from the Lone Star Pilots Sleipnirs, just trying to get a little bit of range. Looks like the Scimitar is tackled there, and they're leaving it to die. Not sure if that's the best strategic decision, yeah, but we shall see how it plays out.
With these mirror setups, pilot's skill is usually the determining factor of who's going to win, assuming the ships are fit the same way, which we can't really tell what modules they have on them. We can assume they're fit pretty similar. So whoever wins this match, you could say it's the piloting skill that made the deciding factor here.
Yeah, I had to look for a second to make sure to see if these Sleipnirs were fitting artillery, and they are fitting autocannon. So this BDP Scimitar going down is going to be a huge factor without those reps. It's going to be a lot shorter match.
Do you think going after the Scimitar is the best move right off the bat instead of trying to pop some of those support ships, the Merlins?
Yeah, well, surprisingly. Not to mention the Scimitar could possibly be bait. I mean, it's kiting away from them. It doesn't look like they're able to keep tackle on the Scimitar. It would be, yeah, it's afterburner fit Scimitar because it looks like it did have a warp scrambler on it for a second, and he's tanking quite well under the circumstances. He's
pulling way far away from the scrum, and he's untackled. So at this point, I think he's going to be able to get away without dying. Of course, as I say that, those Merlins are in hot pursuit, and they're closing on him fast. They're about to get him tackled. And at the same time, that's Sleipnir for Lone Star Partners. He's taking pretty significant shield damage, but he's repping it. So as long as that, he probably has an ASB fit on top of the Scimitar's repping. So until that ASB runs out of charges, he's being able to hold off all the DPS coming from the BDP team.
Yeah, it looks like the Scimitar's ASB actually has ran out of charges as he is about to sink into armor. Once he gets armor, that's going to be bye-bye for that logistic ship.
Yep, and both Scimitars now out of shields, and it looks like they're both about to die at about the same time. And yeah, true enough, there they go. Bam, bam. Each team lost a Scimitar. It's a neck-and-neck race.
Yeah, and only that Scimitar so far has taken damage, really, for the BDP side. So while you have E-Dog or L-Dog and his Sleipnir have been boosting with his ASB the entire time, so he's going to be running low on charges. As you see, it looks like he just ran out of charges and he's melting to those 2 Sleipnirs.
Yeah, it looks like LSP is trying to deal with some of the Merlins now. There's a bunch of drones chasing after them, while BDP is going after the Sleipnir on Lone Star Partners. And they killed it really quick, so probably a better move for them. Now with that DPS of that Sleipnir gone, BDP is going to be able to roll up the rest of the enemy support.
Yeah, I can't help but think that that Scimitar itself was bait, just because this is just playing out so well for the BDP side. They were able to expend most of those charges on that Sleipnir before the Scimitar died, so it was out of charges once that Scimitar died for the LSP side. So this is just...
Yeah, it's just a race to kill the enemy team. Unfortunately for Lone Star Partners, they're just not going to be able to do it. They're totally outnumbered. Now,
they're down
both
to
these teams...
They're down to 1 Sleipnir, 1 Merlin for LSP.
Yes, and of course, both of these teams brought 50-point setups. I don't know if strategically that's the smartest move, since both of these teams lost last week. They are in a bad position to advance to the group stages because they just need points. And if you don't handicap yourself to give yourself some bonus points, unless all of the winners that are playing tomorrow unless a bunch of them get shut down, they're going to have a lot more points going into the deciding teams for the group stages. I don't know if it's a really good idea. I think you should at least handicap yourself a couple points.
Yeah, but in this mirror match setup, I think they really just wanted to get the win and just cross their fingers and pray that some teams tomorrow get shut down. They don't get any more points because BDP and LSP both came in with a few points on their side. So
now it looks like the Merlins right now are charging for the boundaries, and they're going to go get themselves blown up. We were talking about this earlier. Should the teams tie when you're deciding who goes to the group stages? Should there be a tie? The tiebreaker, a tie in points, that is. You tie in wins and also in points. If there's a tie in points, the tiebreaker
the last ship for LSP just went down.
Yes, let me just get this out real quick. The tiebreaker for in points will be which of your opponents is ranked higher. So in order to get your opponents ranked higher, at the end of some of these matches, we'll see ships trying to suicide themselves to give their enemies some more points. And that'll do it for this match. We'll see you guys again in 10 minutes for the next of the losers bracket matches.